Forent is a super app for all your rental needs, providing a safe community for fast and convenient renting transactions every time. Jayvee De Leon is a co-founder and CEO at Forent. So, hello Jayvee. I'm very excited to have this conversation about Forent kasi recently nga I'm seeing na nag-grow si Forent and I'm seeing positive customer feedback on your side. And recently, you also got funded by Buko Ventures. So, I'm really excited to have this conversation with you.
Hi, Johnny. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, okay. So, let's start with ano ang Forent?
Sure. So, Forent is the first mobile app-based rental marketplace here in the Philippines and possibly in Southeast Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Wherein you'll find different rental items depending on your need, budget, or location.
I see. So, in what I know, it's like a marketplace, tama? It connects yung magre-rent tsaka yung nagpapa-rent. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, I see. And I also learned that Forent actually started from a personal problem. So, let's start with this story. So, can you first share with us ano ba yung experience na to? Meron ka bang naging experience with renting? So, can we know more about this?
Sure. So, back in 2019, so pre-pandemic, no, I needed to rent a car. And during the process, I encountered a lot of pain points in the rental space. So, para mas madali, let me walk you through the usual renting process lang. No? So, because there's no unified platform that caters different rental needs, most likely, you'll go to Facebook groups or communities. So, magpo-post ka doon, say, looking to rent a car or staycation place. After that, you'll get a bunch of comments or messages from different people, no?
Yeah, of course. Marami yan.
Pero be aware lang that most of them might be scammers searching for their next victim. So, after that, once na may napili ka na, ang nangyayari, which is I see this every day, yung other party ipopost yung Facebook profile mo dun sa Facebook groups, no? And then, dun na papasok yung famous phrase na pa-legit check, no? So, just to make sure that you're not really a scammer or if you already have successful transactions with others. Ang saddest part lang is that these scammers, they operate in a system, no? So, yung mga magko-comment doon, pa-legit check. Yes, legit po yan, pero yun pala, kasabot pala, no?
Good. Okay.
So maraming ganon, usual yan. And araw-araw nangyayari yun. Nakikita ko, I am a member of those different Facebook groups, whether vehicle for rent, staycations, equipment. So, yun, if you're lucky, you'll get what you need. If not, you'll be another victim. So, yun.
Okay, so yun yung tinatry nating labanan, yung mga scammers na to and yung sistema nga na ito. So, with Forent, hopefully magawa natin yun ng paraan. And I saw nga sa Forent, you're also building not just an app, but a safe and secure community. I saw that in one of your parang tagline. So, speaking from this experience, paano naman nagsimula na you want to build this app, that you want to build this product? So, can you know more about that thought process?
So, after my transaction dun sa nirent ko ng car kasi, I started to do some research, no? Meron bang better way to do this kind of transaction? Not only in rental, kasi in vehicle. Kasi hindi lang naman vehicle yung nire-rent, di ba? So, may equipments, may cameras, even staycations, ang daming members sa Facebook groups, even though we have Airbnb.
Yeah. Airbnb kasi bahay lang usually yung parang pwede i-rent dun. So, with Forent, I guess, mas wide yung pwedeng ma-rent, right?
Actually, same. We have listings from different Airbnb hosts, so mga condos. Pero if you're wondering bakit ang daming Facebook groups members dun sa mga staycation place, for two reasons, no? Kasi number one, Airbnb required doon may credit card ka or debit card. which is sa Philippines, wala masyado or limited lang yung may access sa mga banking, di ba? Banking requirements. But they have e-wallets like GCash and Paymaya. So with Forent, they can pay using e-wallets naman. So that's our advantage locally. And then, ayun, turns out there's no available platform para masolusyonan yung mga problems na yun. So, may existing problems, may existing market, but there's no existing solution. So back then in 2019, it was a long and painful process for me. And until today, ganun pa rin. So wala pa rin pagbabago. Doon na nabuo yung idea ni Forent.
Okay. So you started developing the app. So can we know more naman about the app? So ano ba itsura niya and paano siya gamitin basically? Maybe we can get more listeners to use Forent.
So we started Forent last year, July. So we started that with three things in mind. Number one, we want to provide solutions to the growing scamming issues in the rental space. Number two, we want to help businesses, so those rental businesses, to not only thrive but to grow their business, especially the smaller players. And number three, we want to provide a wide range of product where renter can choose depending on their budget, location, preference, and of course with safety in mind. But our operations goes beyond that now, as we're seeing a lot of opportunities in the rental space as we move forward. But we started with those three things.
Yeah. So is it a marketplace nga? So in the app you can browse yung mga pwedeng ma-rent. Is that right?
Tama. So not only we want to provide solutions to scamming issues, we also want to level up the overall renting experience. So we want it to be as seamless as possible or as easy as 1, 2, 3. Browse ka sa listings, pag meron ka nagustuhan, chat ka within the app, and then reserve and pay. So, ayan.
Yeah. It's somehow para siyang yung sa Airbnb din. Medyo similar din yung process somehow.
Similar concept, yes.
And can we know ano ba yung range of options na pwedeng ma-rent dito sa Forent? Kasi, just to have some examples lang, like, ano ba yung mga actual items na pwedeng ma-rent? Just so we can know, we can have a picture about this product. So
we go by our tagline, everything renting, So everything that you can think of. So for example, event materials, cars, place, residentials, tables and chairs, so things like that.
Kahit ano talaga basically. So pwede rin man damit, ganyan, damit. Okay.
Meron, may mga gowns, formal wears.
Yeah, and actually it depends on doon sa nagpaparent. Kung merong mga magpaparent ng ganitong bagay. Speaking of that, paano kayo naghahanap ng mga nagpaparent?
Ng mga merchants namin. So, nasa different Facebook groups kami, So, usually yung mga nagpo-post doon, sila yung mga kailangan ng help to scale their businesses. So, we offer them yung Forent, which is they can list their products for free naman, and then they will provide the marketing, they will promote the app to drive users. So, it's a win-win process.
Yeah. So, basically, nagpo-provide nga talaga kayo ng marketplace to connect yung mga gusto mag-rent and yung mga nagpaparent. Making it easy, making it more in one app, andun na lahat. And isa sa mga focus nga din ni Forent is yung safety nung process, kasi we want nga to move away from those scamming issues. So, Forent is, I think, keen on the verification process. So, paano naman ito na-ensure ni Forent? Paano naman na-ensure na safe nga and friendly and scam-free yung community and yung renting process?
So, we have different security features in place, So, for example, we provide identity verification. wherein we require you to submit your ID together your selfie holding your ID just to prove that ikaw talaga yan. Kasi sa Facebook, usually nagsesend lang sila ng ID pero hindi pala sila yan, di ba? So with Forent, we require them to picture holding their ID. So parang selfie, hawak may ID mo. So
yeah. For the merchant yan, no? For the merchant.
For the merchant. Mm-hmm. Tama. And then we also have Forent Secure. So meaning si Forent withholds niya yung payment ng renter kay merchant. Meaning makukuha lang ni merchant yung payment mo once successful yung transaction. Kasi ang usual na operations ng mga scammers, once na nagbayad ka na within those Facebook groups, no, ibablock ka na nila. So hindi mo na sila mako-contact. Wala ka nang mahahabol. So to solve that, we've developed what we call Forent Secure.
Yeah, so parang escrow. So parang isa-store mo na ni Forent. So basically, magbabayad na si yung magre-rent, pero isa-store mo na ni Forent, tama? Tapos kapag okay na yung transaction, maybe kapag nakuha na ni magre-rent yung item for renting, tsaka mapupunta yung pera. Tsaka isa-send ni Forent yung pera doon sa merchant. Is that right?
Yes, so once successful na yung transaction, merong button dun sa app. I-click yung renter, transaction complete, and then that's the time that we will process yung payout merchant.
Okay, ang galing. Okay, I see. And bukod doon, meron ba bang ibang way on how you secure this verification? Kasi I'm thinking like, maybe like kung regular na ba na nagpapa-rent si merchant, mas malang may scoring system ba, ganyan, or mas may credit, hindi pala credit, mas may renting, ba siya, parang mas secure, mas verified na hindi siya scammer basically.
Mm-hmm. So we also have ratings and review system, no? So wala nang legit check kasi everyone can look out for each other using reviews and rating system. So pwede mo i-rate yung merchant. Depends do sa sa experience mo with them. Kung maganda, edi better for the merchant. If not, so doon na papasok yung parang we take care of each other. So parang may mga warnings ka na doon sa mga future magta-transact with this merchant.
I see. Interesting. So that's an interesting process and that's an interesting app as a whole. So let's go naman, speaking of customer feedback nga. So I'm seeing recently sa Facebook page ni Forent na actually I saw in one of the posts yung 0 to 1 post kasi I think it's also a very big milestone. Like from going, kasi you just recently launched the app and from 0 to 1, I really think it's a very big milestone. So can you share with us the story and ano ba yung feeling of having your first customer and ano na ba yung progress ngayon? So ano na ba ang progress ni Forent with regard to users?
Sure. So yung first transaction namin is actually a van for rent. So family sila. Parang kailangan nila pumunta somewhere in Quezon province, balikan yun. So with driver yung kinuha nila. So they use Forent for that transaction para siguro they feel more secure, no? So it's a big milestone for Forent kasi although ang ganda nung gusto namin i-provide, no, sa mga renting community, pero hindi namin alam kung they will find value in our product ba.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's one way to validate. And actually after that transaction, ang daming inquiries, ang daming reservation requests. So we're happy that people are started to see the value that we want to provide.
So gaano ba sila naging kasaya? I mean, I saw it actually kasi na may feedback, na may positive feedback. So can we know more lang, like ano yung reaction din nila? And yeah, ano ba talaga feeling mo bilang, I mean, kasi I'm sure as a founder, as a beginner, I mean, starting out your app, napaka heartwarming, napaka overwhelming nun eh. So can you share more of this? Yeah. The feeling, kumbaga.
So based dun sa feedback ng nag-rent, very user friendly daw yung Forent versus dun sa what I said earlier, dun sa usual process, no. And then sabi niya she felt very secure, which is yun naman talaga yung parang gusto namin i-provide. sa mga renters. So, user experience, madali gamitin, and secured yung mga transactions. Kasi yung mga merchants namin are vetted and na-screen namin.
Speaking of that, so, nagkaroon na ba ng case na meron kayo na vet at na-reject na merchant? Kasi ano siya, I mean, possibly not secure. I mean, can you tell us more about that lang?
Merchant wala, pero mga listings meron kaming in-unpublish, mainly because hindi sumunod dun sa requirements namin when you create a listing, kasi we also want to provide din yung parang professional, no? So yung may mga pictures na may numbers dun sa pictures nila, hindi yun pwede sa Forent, kasi we want them to communicate via Forent app using our chat system.
So messaging system within the app.
Meron. At least that way you'll both know na you're talking to our verified merchant, kasi once na nag-exchange kayo ng contact number before nung payment, walang way to prove na sila talaga yung kausap mo, yung merchants na nag-undergo ng screening process namin.
Yeah, tama. Okay, I see. Yeah, I think that's a good start. Kailan kayo nag-launch ng app?
Last November.
Yeah, last November lang. And I think that's good progress now and I'm sure marami pang ma-develop kay Forent app. So, later, let's talk about ano ba yung future plans. Pero, punta muna tayo kasi sa news na Forent just got funded by Buko Ventures. So, first, congratulations sa angel investment na to. So, can you just share more about the story? And sa tingin mo, why did you got funded? Yeah.
Alright, so Buko Ventures was founded by groups of e-commerce executive and tech startup founders, no? So I believe they saw the potential in what we're doing in Forent. Ano ba yung scalability, and then most especially the problems that we're solving are real problems and they're popular and growing. So I guess mainly because of that.
Yeah, and then can we know lang, like, paano nyo exactly ibinida si Forent? Like, ano yung parang principles, ano yung parang concepts na binida nyo kay Forent? Ano ba talaga yung parang how did you present basically yung product, yung app? Yeah.
Kay Buko?
Yeah.
So, most of them naman are familiar with e-commerce and marketplaces. And then, they realize na there's no existing marketplace for the rental space. And so, we're actually the first to do that in the Philippines. And then, when you go to Facebook, kasi ang daming members doon, iba-iba, no? I did some research few months back, parang nasa 2.3 yung members Facebook groups, whether it's car, staycation, equipment, events, and not to mention pa yung mga nandun sa marketplace na naka-post doon. So, ang daming possibilities, ang daming potentials.
I see. Okay, so are you looking ba for more investments? I'm just curious. I mean, are you looking ba for more investors to scale further the app? And maybe, how do you plan to use like the funding? Ano ba yung plans niyo ano ba yung next plans niyo for Forent? How will you use these funds? How will you build Forent in the future?
So we're currently raising our pre-seed. It will run until the end of first quarter. And then we will use that fund to fuel our growth. So to onboard more merchants and then users. Actually, we have a lot of plans, no, not just in those three things that I mentioned earlier. So madaming opportunity when it comes to rental space. And yun, as a millennials, actually we're being labeled as generation rent.
Yeah.
Kasi we rent almost anything, no? So sabi sa research from armchairs to iPhones. So, yun, lahat. Kasi madaming provide na advantage when you rent. So, for example, if you need it for a short term, so i-rent mo na lang, di ba? Kaysa bumili ka para makasave ka ng money.
Yeah.
Less expensive, and then usually they test things before buying. So, yun.
Yeah. Actually, like sa United States nga, hindi kasi ganun kausap pa ngayon sa Pilipinas, but maybe with Forent and maybe with other developments in the future. Like, for example, sa US, like yung mga damit nga, yung mga suit, or actually, kahit nga hindi suit, mga damit, very normalized na yung parang rent lang, like, wear for occasion, wear for an event, and then ibabalik. And sa Philippines, mas uso pa sa ngayon yung bibili. Pero it's true na magastos nga siya. So, I think, more than just like providing a product, parang nasa culture din siya, right? So meron bang balak din si Forent, or ano ba yung nakita mong future or vision for this renting society, this renting economy? Ano ba nakikita mo talaga? Not just with damit, maybe with other things. Ano ba yung parang nakikita nating future of hindi na property, parang renting na nga lang. So tingin mo lang, I mean, let's just be creative here. So ano ba sa tingin mo yung future nga?
So yun, actually we want to provide a unique opportunity for everyone, not just in those who are in the renting industry, no? So for example, everyone naman can post their listings in Forent to earn extra cash, no? So yung mga bagay na hindi mo masyado ginagamit, instead na nasa bahay lang nakatambak, for example, tent, cameras, gym equipment, things like that, you can post it on Forent. That way you will have a way to earn additional income. So why not iparent mo na, di ba? You will earn extra, and then at the same time you will be helping others to save money instead of them buying the things that they will use only for a short time or temporary. So ayan, in other countries they call that renting revolution.
Yeah. Actually, pag tumitingin ako ngayon dito sa kwarto na to, ang daming bagay na hindi ko pala nagagamit na pwede ko pala iparent. Pero for example, monitor, baka lang, 'di ba? Monitor, 'di ba? Tsaka yung ibang podcast equipment dito, extra na mic, pwede pa siya iparent, 'di ba? Actually, yung mga tawag dito, maleta, yung parang bag, actually mga parang malaking bag na for hiking, for camping, tsaka yung ang tawag dito, maleta for travel, pwede nga siyang iparent. Right?
Oo, di ba? Kaysa nandyan sa bahay mo, gathering dust. So, iparent mo na lang, you will earn extra, and then makakatulong ka pa dun sa mga naghahanap ng mga short-term items na
tsaka parang
kailangan nila.
Yeah, onting imagination lang din eh. Kasi pag tumingin ka sa kwarto mo, for example, ikaw, what can you think right out of your mind na andyan sa kwarto mo na pwedeng iparent? I'm sure marami rin eh, di ba?
Yung mga jacket, kunyari, you go to Korea, so yung mga pang winter, hindi mo naman gagamitin yun sa Philippines, di ba?
Tama.
So,
travel ka,
pwede mo yun.
Umuwi ka, may extra ka, iparent mo sa ibang magta-travel.
Iparent mo, oo. So, makakatulong ka na sa kanila instead na bumili sila kasi medyo pricey yun. So, pag nirent nila, mas mura. And then, ikaw, you will earn naman. So,
at saka yun nga, parang going at the items mo, parang nasasayang pag nakatambak nga lang siya. So, it's better nga, parang unused capital siya. Parang unused thing na better nga kung may ibang makagamit. As a society, di ba? As a whole, sa buong mundo. Yeah, I think that's interesting. So, final question lang, Jayvee. I'm just curious, why did you choose to become an entrepreneur? I mean, medyo personal lang na question. I'm just curious.
Bata pa lang ako, yun na talaga yung pangarap ko eh. So, so naturally, pag-graduate mo, pag wala kang puhunan, mag-work ka muna, di ba? And then while also saving yung pangpuhunan mo, you also learn different things from your experiences, no? And then that's the reality kasi. Hindi naman lahat naman actually, or most of us gusto maging entrepreneur, no? But yung iba, medyo limited yung resources. So but there's a way naman. So you just have to try, especially kung bata ka pa, no? Para if ever something did not work out, you can always go back, save money, then start again. So
Yeah, unfortunately, meron mga angel investors, may mga angel investments na nakakatulong as capital to start startups or to start exciting innovations, exciting businesses, exciting technopreneurship ventures. Yeah. So, thank you, Jayvee. This is a wonderful conversation. So, just for our listeners or other people to know more about Forent, so if they want to download the app or if they want to know more about Forent, kung gusto nila mag-rent or kung gusto nila magpa-rent nga ng mga bagay na nasa kwarto na hindi naman nagagamit. So, how can they know more about you? How can they know more about Forent app? Where can they download the app?
So, they can search us in Google. Simply type Forent app. Or we're also available in the App Store and Play Store. So if you want to rent out your things, ang mga gamit mo sa bahay, na hindi mo masyado ginagamit, pwede mo i-post yan sa Forent for free. We don't charge any listing fee or monthly subscription fee.
So pwede din pala ako mag-list dyan ng mga items na hindi naman nagagamit.
Pwede, unlimited.
Yeah. Okay. That's really interesting and that's really exciting. And I hope nga na lumaki pa yung community ni Forent, and I'm imagining na pag pumunta ka sa app, napakaraming choices and napakaraming listings, and really, you'll just really enjoy renting. So let's make renting more of a culture.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So thank you very much, Jayvee. Thank you very much for this episode of Startup Podcast with Forent. It was so nice to meet you, and it was so nice to know more about Forent and yung future nga na Generation Rent. So thank you very much, Jayvee.
Thank you, Johnny, and nice meeting you as well.